What's going on, guys? It's Shu here, bringing you another review on Dandadan. Now, this episode was great. The opening sequence was everything that I had wanted in a fight between these two. A good rematch. Like, the fight that we saw was a very good one. And I know that a lot of people were wanting that panel to be adapted. And I gotta say, as someone that doesn't really read the manga, I can honestly appreciate the comparisons and the way they actually did it was so good. Like, this was a great way to open this episode. This rematch was very much needed. But guys, without further ado, let's get to it. So, as I already said, the fight did not disappoint. I love it. We see how the levels have definitely evened out. Evil Eye in the beginning was really a character that had overwhelming power, and Gigi, being as athletic as he was or is, he really had that upper hand in the first fight. And now here we see the levels really just being evened out to the point to where Okarun really did learn a lot in a short amount of time. So I really got to thank Turbo Granny for that training session that he had with Ira as well. And hopefully Ira also got stronger. But definitely, I just really like the fact that here Okarun, we see him actually also look like he enjoyed the fight. That smile isn't a smile that's normal. It looked like a Five Nights at Freddy's smile. And so by the end of the fight, when Okarun used all his strength, he used his brain. Sometimes it is better to use your brain over your strength. And he basically had Evil Eye agree to his terms that he wouldn't fight anybody but him every week on Tuesday after school, basically scheduling a good way for him to have an outlet. And so in the end, Okarun did do it. He actually was successful enough to be able to do what he wanted to, set his goals to be. So that was actually really cool on his part. So with now Evil Eye more under wraps, we see that the following day, Jiji's parents show up. They're actually much better. They pick him up. And of course, with him going home, now we have Okarun and Ira being able to go home as well. And when everyone else leaves, we see how Seiko and Momo are just like, oh, we have no home. Especially after that fight, like the destruction that it left. So now they have no home. They gotta figure out something. Seiko takes the easy road out, and she actually decides to take Momo, Turbo Granny, and poor I can't remember his name, Tomo or Taro. Yeah, Taro. Take Taro with him as well, and just enjoy the spa. Basically spending all their money in order to be able to just forget about everything. And, they enjoy it, but now they have no home. And so, luckily though, Okarun brought good old Peeny Weenie, and we saw like this weird monster Minecraft looking character, and he was already there. We don't have no idea what he said. Peeny Weenie looks like he's just kind of trying to like translate what he says, but he was really of no use. This guy was just kind of pointless. But we see that thankfully the new technology, or the space technology that Peeny Weenie had, he actually was able to use, which was like a weird block thing. And Ira was there as well. I love seeing the interactions Ira has with Chiquitita, because it's always nice, it's wholesome, and it was really nice. But the fact that they have this technology to mold anything that they want into the shape that they want was really cool. So they were able to build this house in very little time. So it was really cool. And then at the end, you think that we've only seen a glimpse of Gigi and his parents. No, we see them more. And we kind of understand where Gigi gets his, I guess, his adventure, more outgoing side. And it's from his mother. It's actually fun to see how, like, in here, these people have much more to offer than what we initially thought. But they're there, they try to help out, but the house is already built. And that's really sweet of them to try to help out anyway. but it was something that Seiko definitely appreciated. She acted like she didn't want the help, but she definitely appreciated it. So it was nice. But then the following day, now that they have a home, everyone's gone back to their respective homes. We see that Gigi and her and Momo work together, and I love how Gigi asks, hey, do you have a crush on anyone? And she just freezes and just never really thinks about it until now. And of course, we know who it is. It's definitely Okarun. But I love how Gigi kind of pokes at her, and then other girls kind of ambush Gigi, obviously for being good looking, and they ask where he had been. And when he drinks something cold, we see that he reverts back to Evil Eye, and everyone's just watching, and they're kind of like surprised. And it's kind of funny because throughout the day, he's still in his Evil Eye form, and he struggles. But it's just like Momo's having to watch over every movement that he does in order to make sure he doesn't go ballistic. And I like it. He's learning, he's trying to learn. It's just gonna take a time, and it's gonna be a process. But then what makes this episode interesting at the end is that we see that Momo's friends bring about this whole golden ball ghost thing, and this was something that obviously we know what it is. It just feels like it's been in the background because no one talks about it. And at the same time, we see Okarun being talked to one weirdo at the very end. So it looks like we're setting up for that new arc that's coming out, the Kaiju arc. So I'm definitely interested in how that's going to go. But overall, fun episode. Really liked it. Wholesome, good stuff. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, stay safe, and I'll catch you later.